tuning in to the online broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
It's my party and I cry if I want to, cry if I want to, cry if I want to. You would cry too if it happened to you.
What up, AfterBuzz? This is boy DJ Jessica here in studio for the Fuller House AfterBuzz TV After Show. Unfortunately, Annika could not be with us this week, but that's all right because we got back from her Caribbean cruise.
Yeah, man.
Miss Tiona Hobson.
Oh, hello, everyone. Tiona Hobson here. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at the Tiona Hobson.
Boom. Make sure you guys are chatting it on up in the chat room. Tweet us. You can tweet her over there. You can tweet me at DJ Jesse J. And just tweet us over at AfterBuzz TV. Thank you. All right, so we're going to cover two episodes, episodes 7 and 8. Ramona's not so happy birthday. And then we're going to get into secrets, lies, and fire trucks. But let's talk about the birthday episode. 13 years old, and everything is going to change. Don't you hate these years? 13, because you become a teen. Well, first, wait. 10, because double digits. 13. Then 13 because it's a teenager. 16 because it's like 15, 6. Well, I don't know, what is it now?
16 is to
15
drive.
when I was. Okay, so.
15 you get your permit, and then
Is that still?
16 you can get your license.
Is that still though? 15?
Yeah.
Okay. So 15, 6. So we'll say 16.
Sweet 16.
Sweet 16. 18.
Because you can vote and buy cigarettes.
Yeah. 18 is kind of like. And 21.
That's the fun one.
And then 25. And well, no. I always joke about 25 because 26 because then 26 is the most important one because that's when you cannot be on your parents' health insurance any longer.
That's when you really become an adult, guys.
Right. Stuff gets real, okay? All right, but no, so 13 was a funny age because I always think, now I can see PG-13 movies.
Oh, you were thinking like that? I was thinking, oh my gosh, I can have a boy-girl party and like maybe they'll be dancing.
That never happened for my family.
Oh. That's what I was excited for. I was like, oh my gosh, we're teens. I can have like a dance party. Of course, everyone stood on opposite sides of the room, so it didn't really matter, but...
Yeah, it was not... My party wouldn't have been as popping as Ramona's.
Oh yeah, no, definitely
Ramona's
not.
was popping. But, all right, so we see... I remember 13 years old. I just want to tell the story. 13 years old. I wanted to go see I Know What You Did Last Summer because it was rated PG-13. And I was 12 years old, so I couldn't see it. And my mom said, if you read the book, you can go see the movie. It was the most boring experience seeing that movie. Anyway, so 13 for you guys out there, like, sorry. It ain't all that.
I mean, it was a big party.
For her.
For
like,
her.
I
yeah.
wish.
I mean, I wish my aunt was a famous European DJ to come be my DJ for the party and all that stuff. I mean, she got, her first pair of heels.
Yeah, the Jeffrey Campbell.
Yes, I mean, those things, I wouldn't, at 30, I would not try to walk in those shoes.
They weren't heels, though. They were like wedges.
They were wedges, but
too tall, though?
Way too tall. I think I would have definitely broken an ankle, and props to her for doing her fake little Bambi walk.
Oh my God. She's taking her first steps.
It was so cute.
It was cute.
Because, I mean, she looked like my mom trying to walk in heels.
Your mom ain't. Your mom looked like she could strut.
She don't be strutting in no heels.
She also got an Elizabeth and James by Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen.
I love that they keep making fun of them for not being on the show.
Yeah, that one was kind of like a good up to them because
Yeah.
they gave credit for the fashion end of it, but it was like, well, shoot, at these prices, no wonder they don't have to.
And just because I'm that person, Elizabeth James, wasn't that the name of the mom's line from The Parent Trap with Lindsay Lohan?
Oh, really? Isn't the sister's name Elizabeth? married Kate and Ashley's sister?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I also think that was the name of the... If you guys know at home, tweet me right now, because I feel like I've heard that name before, and it could just because it's their real line. But I also think that it's from the Parent Trap movie.
Interesting.
With Lindsay Lohan, not the other one.
That's very interesting.
It's very specific.
That'd be really random, too. All right, so we also got the Father Flanagan anniversary cake, which was absolutely hilarious.
You always check your cakes when you pick them up.
Because they do be messing them up.
Yeah.
I don't know, actually, if there's ever been a time where I haven't stood over them, to be quite honest.
Oh, really? I mean, I'll like call mine in on the phone and just come pick it up. No, Jesse don't trust nobody with his food, y'all. Don't try and mess with Jesse's food.
I mean, I'd be getting the cakes from like Stop and Shop, and, like Star Mart, like, you know what I mean? Those are East Coast references. Sorry. All right, so one of the funniest parts is that Fernando is a extravaganza hair specialist. She was like, Dad, I need bleach, sun curled. She went pinned up. Da, 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 da. I don't even know what she said.
I don't either. All I know is that I wish my dad did hair, because I feel like I would have been more experimental with my hair as a kid.
Versus your mom?
Well, I mean, maybe my mom too. My mom burnt off half my hair when I was a kid, so I stopped trusting her with hot things near my pigtails.
Okay. So we see Jackson wants to impress Lola, who's going to be at the party later tonight. So he's all like swagged out. He's got his glasses. He's got his bomber jacket, his backwards hat. He's got his chain. He's got his axe.
His axe. He looked like a mini DJ Jesse Janedy. It was so cute. No? He did, with his little fit on with the jacket.
Is that what I'd be wearing?
I mean, it just looked like something like a 13-year-old Jesse would wear. Like,
I was more of like a sweater guy.
Oh,
a hoodie
you're
guy.
That East Coast, like...
Yeah, hoodies and jeans
Yeah.
and Timbs.
Them Timbs.
Need a soldier up here.
But I think it's really cute that he keeps trying to impress her.
No, but Jackson was totally me as a 13-year-old.
Yeah, exactly. And he's trying to impress her, and he's failing miserably, but it's really cute to see his interactions with her and to see that he could possibly...
When you were that
wear her
young,
down.
what did you do? Did you do anything to try and get a boy?
I mean...
Or did any boys try and do extra stuff, like you knew what their personality was like, but they kept doing extra?
Yeah, there was one for like, junior high school relationships last like 3 days. So for like one day, he was like obsessed with me, and it was the best time and kind of the worst time of my life, because I was like, oh my God, this is so great. He's so into me. But I had a crush on him in like the 5th grade. I didn't have a crush on him in the 7th grade. So sorry. You're 2 years too late, boo.
We saw Max has this thing where he's potty training the dog the whole time. Too cute.
Cosmo.
Yes, little Cosmo. And then it was such a like real moment, but when Ramona comes down in her dress and DJ made the whole family come watch her as she comes down and say, oh my God, that's beautiful. Hilarious, because my mom would do the same exact thing. That's such a real moment. Like, we're all going to do this as a family, and you're going to love it. We love it. Yay. Can we leave now? Like,
all right, I did my part. I don't know what else to do here. The evil side of my brain wanted a She's All That moment to happen. But maybe that's because She's All That was on TV the other night, and I watched it, so it was fresh in my mind. But I was like, oh my God, is she going to fall? Is she going to fall? And I was like, oh my gosh, why are you rooting for a 13-year-old girl to fall down the stairs?
Cynical.
Yeah, I'm crazy.
So we see the party set up. It was real cute. And then as soon as DJ Tanner was about to start, the lights went out. No music. The poor ice cream cake soup. But it was so funny because as a DJ...
Yes, please give us your insight on this. What would DJ Jesse do?
This has happened many a times before. And most people think it's the DJ's fault, but it's not. It's a faulty wire that usually happens within the club. But a good DJ always comes with extra wires. I've never had an incident where the night went smoothly. There's always something. So I'm like the guy that comes with too much stuff, and I'm like, too many wires and whatnot. But yeah, it was so funny because the first thing you think to do is, okay, someone pull out a phone so that there's some sort of sound or something. But I mean, with no music, it was kind of hard. But that was cute that she tried to do that. And then we see, she says, everyone pair up and make out. Which is funny because back in, I mean...
7 minutes in heaven, spin the bottle.
It was like 13 and 15.
It's when you're doing that stuff because everyone's too scared to make the move, so you have to let the game make the move for you. I mean, it doesn't...
7 minutes in heaven.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't stop in junior high school. Sometimes you get more creative in college.
And then even more creative after you're 30.
Yeah. It's like, we're not playing spin the bottle anymore. We're playing pass the eyes.
Oh, my Lanta.
Like, ooh.
And then she tells a ghost story, which that got the most awkward for me. It was like, that was the first thing that you came up with. And then you don't have it. You just keep going, girl.
Yeah,
just
you make something up. You just keep going with it. She's like, oh, wait, I thought that the lights would be back on. Well, no one was out over there trying to fix the lights, so how was they going to come back on in your 2-second story?
Well, wasn't it for Fernando? Oh, because, you're right, though. All right, so we see this other two situations. So we see DJ and Steve. Steve wants to take DJ out for a not date dinner where they can talk about not dating. And then he meets Matt. Total competition. I felt so bad for Steve because I've been Steve before. Mm-hmm. You know, you're just like, I like this person, and then all of a sudden their Prince Charming comes in, and you're like,
Like, oh. I'm conflicted because I like Steve, and because, you know, he's... History, you know, that's first love, high school, and all that stuff. But then you have this new guy coming in, and at first I didn't want to like him because I knew that DJ was going to be, like, his target. But then he just keeps saying stuff that's so darn charming. And the way that they, like, it was like everything he was trying to do for Kimmy, he was such a gentleman in it that it was like, DJ. Yeah, and it's like, I want someone, being fun and goofy is all great. But then he's fun and goofy and serious. Mm-hmm. Where Steve, it's just all like, hey guys, I got a little... You know, comment. And
right, he's like Steve Urkel.
Yeah, he's more like, he is a Steve Urkel of the show.
So then on the flip side of that, we have Kimmy, who's, you know, they're trying to set Kimmy and Matt up. She chokes on a corn dog. He comes and saves her rescue. Fernando sees them hugging, and I died when he slapped him. I wonder if how much of that was improv because he did it perfect. It was perfect timing. That was impeccable. It was. It was so funny, too. My face was literally like DJ's and Kimmy's. It was like... Wait, did that really happened? Oh my gosh, he slapped him. I mean, it was a big response, and I love that Kimmy's choking on food because it's like you can't get the girl to shut up unless she's eating, and then she's choking down the stuff because she's trying to get back to talking. Yep. And so it's like you gotta chew, swallow, digest, like, and then talk, Kimmy. You can't just jump into a conversation. Fernando said, "Thank you for saving the life of my beloved." My beloved. And this is before they even outside they made the kissy face on the... I love how though right as who had left, someone had left them, and then they walked to the center of the dance floor. It was like center stage. Perfect play. And they did it in the backyard, where I'm surprised more than just Max saw it. Didn't see. I'm really bad at telling secrets. So at keeping secrets. So sorry. But my favorite line of it, the whole episode, was Steve when DJ was walking Matt out and Steve opened the door. He said, "Oh, hey, I'll walk you to the car and watch you leave." Steve, you know what? Now that you've said the Urkel thing and his name is Steve too, I can't get that out of my head. Oh, I just hit the whole microphone. 90s love reference. Yes, he is totally the Steve Urkel because that is something that Steve Urkel would do to Laura in her dates. Like, oh yeah, you're leaving. Let me walk you out. Let me make sure you actually leave. Like, oh, I don't want to. And I know Jesse hasn't watched too far ahead, but it's just going to get more and more exciting with what we see with Steve. More Steve Urkel? Yeah. Coming. It's all Steve Urkel. I can't. I also love the ending of it with Ramona understanding the divorce a little, or their situation, not a divorce, their situation a little better. But still, at the end, her wish was something different. Like something different. So cute. I mean, she's cute. All right, let's go to the next episode. Episode 8 was Secret Lies and Firetrucks. I died this whole episode. Fernando slept over, and then they're trying to hide this. So he's climbing down the window, and out of all the windows he chose, and not only that, but if everyone's in the kitchen, go out the front door.
Front door. Yep.
And Kimmy's telling them that she didn't shave herself. And needed to announce and pull DJ over to sit in front to announce she didn't shave in the past 2 days and she wanted to get that off her chest.
Yeah. I mean, these are the secrets that you need to tell your friends in all situations. I mean, I always tell you when I don't shave my legs.
Yeah.
So
Calls me up immediately.
Call immediately. Oh my gosh, Jesse. Good morning.
Good
I didn't shave my legs.
And I would usually put, no, thanks.
Thanks. And that's how he wakes up every morning.
That's my alarm.
No, but I mean, I think it's really funny that they're trying to hide this from everyone, and I understand why they are, because, you know, Ramona's still confused about everything, and, you know, just the whole idea. It's a wholesome sitcom, so, you know, adults aren't, even when they were sleeping, they were, like, fully clothed on the couch, like, barely touching each other. It's not like they were in bed together. They were on the couch. They were never in a bed. So read into those lines if you want.
What's it called? So on the other side of that, we see, Fernando comes inside and tells us that he loves American Girls, the American Girls store, because they are heroes with emotional stories.
Am I a bad person? Because, like, I don't know. I never liked my Addie doll.
Is that an American Girl?
It's the black one.
Oh.
That was a slave.
The only one? Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, is that really what they are?
Yeah, because, you know, they all had backstories, and the original ones, there was like 4. It was like Chrissy, Kristen, and Becky, and Addie. Yeah, and then you got Addie over here, and the other girls, like, everyone was set in, you know, like the 1920s or even before that, and my friends had all these dolls with, you know, old-timey clothing, and then mine came in like rags, and I was like, I mean, really? And then all the books were about how her family, like, had escaped slavery and were free now and trying to, like, live better lives, and I was like, Mom, this is the doll you want me
American Girl.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, it's telling the story of American Girls, because one was like Irish, so it told, like, her crossing the story, like the river story.
The brave young girl.
Yeah, it's like all these brave girls, and so I get it, but I wanted nothing to do with my doll. I had to dress like my doll. My mom took me to a tea where we wore matching outfits. Yes.
Because that's the thing about the American Girl. Because I've only seen it at the Grove. So when he brought it up, I was like, that's what an initial thing. And that's what it is. You go there and have a tea party.
You can have a tea party. You can build a doll. Because nowadays you can get dolls that you can sort of design. It's almost like a Build-A-Bear type of world in there now. When I was growing up, you had 4 options.
So now they don't just have slavery dolls.
Yeah, I don't even know if they do the books anymore, to be honest. But, you know,
probably just a little pamphlet they print out.
Yeah, I did lots of book reports on those books. There was like 6 total. They were like 100 pages each.
Interesting.
Really easy
wow,
reading.
the more you know.
Yeah.
The more you know. All right, so Fernando's loves that. So it kind of tells us a little bit more about him internally.
Yeah.
I'm questioning him a little bit, but that's fine.
He does hair. He likes the American Girl dolls. He's a great dancer. He sounds like
the perfect man.
Perfect man.
Actually, for me. All right, so on the other side of that, we get Max, who can't tell a lie, where Jackson teaches him how to lie. It's so funny. It reminds me of a story.
That good, huh? Jesse's story is so good.
I told my brother. He asked me what the P word meant, and I told him it meant a cat. So he used that to my dad and my grandmother, and it just ended up with me.
You getting in trouble?
Yeah, I felt like Addie for like a month.
I feel you on that.
So yeah, for anyone watching, I recommend do not trick your little brothers or teach them negative things out there, if we can learn anything from that. Because as we see, then Max saw Cosmo ripping the couch up, and he blamed it on Tommy. Have you ever lied when you were younger? Did you ever get caught in a lie?
I can't remember a time that I got caught in a lie. I guess I can remember like trying to hide a test that I got a bad grade on from my parents. Okay. But never outright like in a lie. I was too scared to do a lot of bad things.
See, I don't remember my lie. My mom always tells me that I used to tell everyone that I used to go to Hawaii every year. She's like, you would just, the teachers would be like, oh, how was Jesse's vacation? And she's like, you always would tell them you were going to Hawaii. Oh. I don't remember that. Like, I don't remember why Hawaii has a, like, sensitive... I ended up going there later in my life. Or some, maybe that was...
Maybe you were trying to, like, manifest it
maybe, at a very young age.
Yeah, I mean, at a young age, I used to threaten to sue people if they made me angry.
Okay.
My dad was in law school, and so, I mean, my daddy's a lawyer, and I will sue you.
Oh, you were one of the...
If you, like... pinched me, but I'm gonna sue you. My daddy's a lawyer. My dad.
Max would be like, my mom is a veterinarian. She'll deworm you. Uncle Danny comes, hilarious.
Grandpa
Danny. But a hilarious introduction as, why are you ringing the door? He said, I wasn't. I was cleaning it.
Old Danny Tanner.
Because think about it. Whoever thinks to clean their doorbell?
No one. And it's actually really smart because there's a lot of germs on doorknobs and probably doorbells because people are pressing it and nasty people don't wash their hands.
It's a phobia for me because, like, I just, like, if you pay attention to the doorbells, like, there's a film that comes over it, like, from, like, pollen and dust and stuff. Like, clean your doorbells, people.
Bugs, like, sit on them for a long time, you know.
If
flies.
Grandpa Danny has taught us anything, clean your doorbells.
Clean your doorbells. That's the lesson of the day. Clean your doorbells and don't get overly attached to your couch that you've had for way too long.
The selfie couch, I couldn't. Wait, so was this a dig to Mary-Kate and Ashley again, where Kimmy said, oh, because he's out there for the Good Morning San Francisco. And she says, oh, I hate when they bring back old cast members to the reunion. It's so lame. And then he went in and said, not if they're cultural icons. Or is it this whole little sentence like that? And I was like, are they coming for the Olsen twins?
You know what?
Or is that just general people, like the haters? Was that for the haters or was that for like, we're cultural icons, we could do this?
I kind of took it as it was a dig on the whole show itself.
Oh, just like a funny joke.
Yeah, like a funny joke, like, hey, we're doing it. So, you know, I mean, it's kind of like later on in the episode with the poker game.
Yeah.
Like that one, I fell off my couch. I laughed so hard at that joke. And it was such a dad joke, and you should have seen it coming.
Yeah.
But I didn't, and I love a good dad joke.
Oh, Dad.
Oh, Dad.
He gives everyone $5. That was cute. Very nostalgic. And I also loved his comment of, wait a minute, why is an upstairs blanket on a downstairs couch? Like, that's an old school thing, because my grandmother would be on that. Why are you bringing the comforter from upstairs? We have them in the linen closet down here.
It's so true. And it just shows, again, like, even though he doesn't live there anymore, even though it's not his house per se, he still, like, is running it and in control of it. He's cleaning the doorbell. Yep. He's saying, why are things not where they're supposed to be?
DJ turned back into little DJ. Literally. She was like, sorry, what do you mean?
Exactly. It's like, okay, Dad, you don't live here anymore, so let us kind of do our thing.
Kimmy's little mysterious, maybe sometimes the future can be your past. And then leaves out on that note. Then we see Max showing all of his friends the Cosmo.
Picture. Yeah.
And then they start talking. He gets into it with this other little friend of like,
he was kind of a snot.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
I can do anything better than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. You're welcome.
Make sure you guys check that out on iTunes. All right, no, but so his friend said, well, my dad let me sit in the pilot seat. Max said, I can ride a fire truck whenever I want, even to get pizza.
That's a big lie.
That's a big lie.
It's a big one. Like, I get you're into it with your friends and we're going to say some stupid stuff sometimes, but man.
Have you ever lied to a group of friends to impress them?
I've exaggerated stories.
Yeah? What's one exaggerated story?
Exaggerated stories from like my childhood, or
Well, but don't tell me what. Sorry, excuse me. Don't tell me one from like last week that you told me.
I know. I'm like,
She's like, I really wasn't on a cruise.
I just really like telling stories. So even when I was a kid, I might have exaggerated a little bit of the intensity of a situation. If I'm telling a story, it might have been like, oh, and then we were being chased by a dog, and the dog in real life might have been a little chihuahua, but in my story it was like a giant pit bull, and there was 3 of them. They were all coming after us, and we had to run for our lives. Ah! You know, those are the kind of lies I did, stuff that you couldn't actually fact check.
Boom.
I
was there all by myself.
No one else was around. There was no witnesses, so no one else saw this.
Max said, I can actually get a fire truck to come to your birthday party tomorrow, and everyone can ride it. Another really big lie.
Yeah.
That's a hard lie to produce.
I feel like his brother did not fully explain to him how to lie and what a white lie is versus
that's very important.
Like what a real lie is. Because a white lie, if I go, oh my gosh, Jesse, I love your haircut. It looks so good on you. You know, like that's fine to say.
Wait a minute. So what are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say, Jesse, your haircut looks awesome. Like I really like what you're doing with it right now.
We're going to move on from this segment. So they go down to the fire station, Grandpa Danny, Jackson, and Max gets his cute face. Which is too cute.
It's too cute.
And then we meet the new chief, who says, absolutely not. I'm not bending the law for you guys, and especially not for the man who back in 1991 did not let the singing fireman perform.
How dare he not let that man perform?
Well, I wish he did so that we didn't have to hear it today.
I know, right?
We find out DJ, she says, I want to date Matt.
Big step.
Grandfather Danny says, go for it. Poor Steve. So she goes on this like random Chinese food date at the vet clinic with him. And she said she hasn't dated since 1999. And she was about to leave. He said, wait. And she didn't even care. She just ran back, jumped into his arms, and made out with him.
And I think that's when you know that it's right.
Well,
and that you're ready. Because she did it without thinking, and she was walking out, and... Because, you know, DJ can go back and forth, and she was like, oh, I don't know if I'm really ready. Like, I'm going to try it and see what happens. And the fact that she leapt straight from, like, the door all the way to the middle of the room, almost, like, leapt into his arms and started making out with him. I was like, yeah, that's passion. That's
passion.
What you're going for right
Where's
there.
that at?
Where that at?
Where that at?
I need that. Can I get some, DJ?
Okay. So we get back to the house. We find out Fernando let Ramona ride in a race car. Dangerous, but I mean,
he is a professional driver. They did old school.
Is his daughter? She is 13 now. So
yeah, she's 13, so
she can ride in it.
Yeah, but she was like saying she was driving it, but
he
did have a wheel as well. So
yeah,
like one of those
if she ain't got a license,
yeah, that is.
Although I'm not gonna lie, my dad used to let me sit on his lap.
Oh my gosh, I did too.
And I just think it was so cool.
I mean too.
I feel like everyone's parents let them at least do that.
Yeah.
Did your parents let you guys do that?
If they didn't, then they were bad parents.
Let's not jump to judgment.
I mean, I'm sorry.
I'm judging.
They know it. They're thinking it. Oh my gosh, my parents are the only parents who didn't let me sit in their lap and drive down the street.
They're calling them now. They're like, Dad. I love the scene with DJ, Kimmy, and Stephanie in the kitchen talking about the men's secret. It just brought me back to, again, them turning back into little kids again and like, oh my God, boy crush. And I was just waiting for the joke with Kimmy. Wait, are you seeing my man? Are we seeing the same person? Oh, that was too funny. But out of that, we got, what I thought was hilarious was that everyone is kissing and making out except for the hip Stephanie.
Except for the one who's like the single, fun, young auntie who's supposed to be like living her life
She's
right now.
Socks.
She's over here taking care of the household, and everyone else is out making out. I feel like that is me. That is me to a T. It's like, oh, everyone's
Story of my life.
Yeah, and I'm a middle child. Like it makes so much sense. Steph, like, we're kindred spirits because everyone's always making out around us. And I love that she was like, I'm going to go out and not come back until I have a goofy smile on my face.
A glowing grin.
It's like, yes.
Hilarious. So then out of that, we get a dad's day. Which is cute.
Sad.
You spend a whole day watching clips from your dad. They're gonna have pancakes and milkshake, and then we see that the couch got fixed, and he, Grandpa Danny walked out with a mighty fine Fuller House couch jacket. Which I have to say, that jacket is either going in a museum somewhere or going to be sold for a lot of money.
Yeah, I could just imagine him wearing it on his new show in LA.
Good morning.
Good morning, and Becky being like, Danny, what are you wearing?
Wow, that looks so familiar.
Looks so
Where have I
familiar.
seen that before? Oh, I've stared at it my whole life.
But yeah, that was really sweet that, you know, they were able to find a fabric that matched, because that is such a 90s fabric couch.
It really is.
My parents just got rid of their couch that looked like that, except it had flowers on it everywhere.
Oh my God.
We just got them to get rid of that couch, and I've been praying for it for years. So, you know, seeing that, it's like, wow, this is really old.
Oh, God bless you. At the end, we got our little fun moment with Max, where the fire truck did end up coming.
But is that paying off? Is that a good lesson for the kid to get away with his lie?
I thought the same thing. But because it was like, he said the lie always has a way of coming back to you. But the lie never got back to him, really, because the lie would have really, technically, karma would have only played its place if he had exposed the lie in front of the friends. Mm-hmm. So to me, it kind of was a little bit. But then it was like with the dad situation, you never got your dad. It's like, for this one lie, your first lie, you know, God put a little on it and was like, I'm gonna make it work out somehow.
Yeah, that's how I felt too. I was like, okay, so he played the pity card with his dad and got away with the lie a little bit. Not that it's asking for pity or anything like that.
And it wasn't a malicious lie. It was just like a don't do that again, telling tall tales.
Yeah.
The boy who cried wolf. That's a great moral story. I love that. They should make a movie based on that. Like a new aged movie.
Yeah, they should.
Animated. Let's go. Come on. Where's what's his name? Tim Burton. That's what I want to do.
Oh, I was gonna say, you know, we could go write a script right quick and make this
give
paper.
it to Tim Burton.
Oh, okay, we're gonna give it to Tim Burton. Boom.
I want him to design it or whatever it is. Animate it.
Johnny Depp to voice someone.
The little boy who cried wolf. No, he'd be the wolf.
He'll be the wolf.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so my favorite part of this one was the fireman singing at the end. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling. All in the camera. It was like such an American Idol situation. I was just like, you are too old to want to experience that. But I know people like that at his age that would love to live that fantasy out. And
it's like they still
good for him, though.
Good for him, but one of his friends needs to be a friend. And tell him.
That is true.
Dude,
you need some singing lessons.
I've been karaokeing with you. You're not great.
Remember Brenda's birthday last year?
Yeah.
The Korean karaoke place.
Yeah. You weren't too good, so maybe you shouldn't have wanted to sing on television for millions of people to watch. Because there is a YouTube remix of that somewhere online now.
See, that would have been hilarious.
You know, in the Fuller House world, someone made it go viral. They remastered it.
Danny boy, my pipes are calling.
Exactly.
Yep, it's there.
It's there.
If not, there you go. There's your motivation for it. Well, we want to thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys hit us up over at AfterBuzz TV on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We'll be back full force next week with the other next two episodes. You guys can hit me up at DJ Jesse J.
And me at the Tiona Hobson.
Boom. Also, make sure to check out my website, jessejane.com. And until next week, peace.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.